Geeta, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. So India makes it very clear to Pakistan that yes, we desire peace, but for that, Pakistan has to end terror. But is there a subtle shift in Pakistan's tone and tenor when it comes to Jammu and Kashmir and when it comes to relationship with India? And is Pakistan virtually being bankrupt the reason for it? Take a look at this report.
Pakistan's economy is collapsing. Pashtuns and Baloch are out on the streets against Islamabad. Inflation is skyrocketing in Pakistan. Imran Khan hears chants of Chini Chor and Atta Chor. Pakistan has had to import even wheat to avoid scarcity of food grain. Uncertainty on the Afghanistan and Iran border too has forced Pakistan's real power centre, army, to seek peace with India, with General Qamar Javed Bajwa raising the bogey of burying the past and improving ties.
Stable Indo-Pakistan relation is a key to unlock the untapped potential of South and Central Asia. The potential, however, has forever remained hostage to the disputes and issues between two nuclear neighbours. Kashmir dispute is obviously at the heart of this problem. However, we feel it is time to bury the past and move forward. But for resumption of peaceful process or meaningful dialogue, our neighbour will have to create conducive environment, particularly in Indian-occupied Kashmir.
General Bajwa refrained from seeking restoration of Article 370 or calling for plebiscite, though he did say India had to create a conducive environment, echoing a much mellowed Imran Khan, who too had stayed away from the shrill rhetoric.
और हमारा इशू बेसिकली कश्मीरी एक ही इशू है, हम उसको कैसे डायलॉग के जरिए हल करें और अपनी एक सिविलाइज्ड नेबर्स की तरह अपनी रिलेशनशिप कायम करें. अगर ये वो उस तरफ पीस की तरफ डायलॉग के जरिए अगर कश्मीर का रेजोल्यूशन की तरफ जाता है तो ये सारा इलाका चेंज हो जाता है.
Pakistan had withdrawn its High Commissioner from India after J&K and Ladakh were made two union territories. Its senior-most diplomat reiterated the call for dialogue.
Pakistan would like to have good neighborly relations with all its neighbors, especially India. And for durable peace and stability, it's essential that we solve all bilateral issues with negotiations through dialogue.
However, there's tremendous skepticism in the Indian circles, India having been stabbed in the back repeatedly by Pakistan. Late Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee's Lahore visit was followed by Kargil intrusion in 1999. And Prime Minister Modi's Lahore visit was followed up by a Pakistan state-sponsored attack on the IAF base at Pathankot.
The sweet talk and the guile with which the chargé d'affaires of Pakistan is trying to evoke an environment of peace is actually baffling. I think Pakistan is acting clever by half, and the chargé d'affaires needs to know more.
With Pakistan hemmed in from every side, its leadership is once again raising the bogey of peace with India. Experts believe once Pakistan is out of the red financially, it will return to terror and raising the Kashmir bogey.
Pakistan's call for peace is plain doublespeak. On the one hand, Pakistan talks about peace with India. On the other hand, it is conditional on resolution of Kashmir. India continues to maintain that first stop terror, then talk peace and resolution of Kashmir. With VT journalist Waqar Ahmed in New Delhi, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
So the ground rules are very clear. Stop terror, then talk Kashmir. To the best of my knowledge, and that's about Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, including northern areas, Gilgit and Baltistan. And then we move forward. But is that even possible? Because there's an old saying in Hindi, na Norman tel hoga, na Radha nachegi. So what happens next? Will there be dialogue between India and Pakistan? A voice from Pakistan, Arzu Kazmi. She's a journalist. She joins us from across the border. I have Lieutenant General Gurmeet Singh, former Kashmir Corps commander, former DGMO, who joins me on the broadcast. I also have Ambassador Vishnu Prakash, one of the finest voices on diplomacy, understands India-Pakistan very well, joining me on the broadcast. But Arzu, let me begin by asking you, what do you make of all these sudden peace overtures coming from Pakistan's side when General Qamar Javed Bajwa says, let's bury the past, but it's for India to create a conducive environment. What does he mean? What is a conducive environment? I'm not talking about Imran Khan or anybody else because they don't matter.
Exactly, Gaurav, you said right, because Qamar Bajwa is more important than PM. Everybody knows that. But still, I feel that India and Pakistan must give chance to each other for peace. And again, as you see that recently we have FATF and all other problems in Pakistan. So of course, our establishment and our government want to settle down all these things. For that, we need peace with India and with Afghanistan and every neighbors of Pakistan. So I think India come forward with positive voice and positive action. Because this time it's a court,
So what does positive action? What does positive action in Kashmir mean? When Qamar Javed Bajwa says it is India's responsibility or the neighbor's responsibility to create a conducive environment. What does conducive environment mean?
That means we have to settle down everything by dialogue. Not by surgical strikes or by war or whatever the negative comments or negative tweets or hate speeches. Maybe this is what he said, that we have to settle down everything by dialogue.
Okay, so you're saying that not surgical strike or the Balakot airstrike. Perhaps has that Ambassador Vishnu Prakash, in your view, upset Pakistan? And with Americans saying they will withdraw, they will follow their deadline for withdrawal, Pakistan wants to focus on Afghanistan. It has realized after the Balakot airstrike, it does not have strategic depth. It wants that strategic depth in Afghanistan once again, and that is why this truce with India. Is that your appreciation, sir?
Gaurav, greetings and nice to be on the program with you. I have a slightly different take. I don't want to be churlish at all. For me, the motto should be welcome but verify. Even if we have 10 days of peace, it is worthwhile. We have 1 day of peace, it is worthwhile. Okay. If we can save one life, it is worthwhile. I don't want to be weighed down by the past, nor am I naive to ignore the past. So what we need to do is, we need to see words, talk come easy in the subcontinent, action is difficult. So let us see. If they mean it, if there is a ceasefire holds, if the terror incidents don't happen, why should we not talk? Because that is our requirement. That and remember, we have always been an initiator of the dialogue. We want to be that wave which lifts all the boats in the region. We are ready. We just want to ensure that Pakistan is walking the talk, regardless of the reasons, Gaurav.
How do you ensure Pakistan is walking the talk? How do you ensure Pakistan is walking the talk? I'll ask you why. Because everyone was so hopeful when then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee went to Lahore. He went with hope. Pakistan was at exactly the same time preparing to stab us in the back in Kargil. Prime Minister Vajpayee again accepted a military dictator, gave him legitimacy, accepted him as President of Pakistan, gave him Tri-Services Guard of Honor. We had the Agra summit, and 1 year down the line in Kaluchak, they were massacring army families, including a 2-month-old child. Again, Prime Minister Narendra Modi trusted Pakistan, went to Lahore, and they did a Pathankot. How do you verify that Pakistan actually wants to end terror?
By welcoming but verifying, by observing, we will know whether they are doing it or not. There is enough intelligence to see whether the terrorist camps are being dismantled, whether terror incidents happen. And, let there be false starts. What is our objective? Our objective is to have peace, to save lives. So
our objective is not to lose Indian lives. Our objective should also be not to lose Indian lives. We have lost 550 lives in Kargil. We have lost 550 lives in Kargil. We have lost 31 lives in Kaluchak. We've lost lives in Pathankot. We've lost General Gurmeet Singh. We've lost thousands of lives in Pakistan, the state-sponsored terror attack, as we gave one, we were riding one wave after the other of peace with Pakistan. And Pakistan saw through all of this and it knew that we will want peace, and they continued to smoke the peace pipe till the time they wanted to kill us once again.
Absolutely, Gaurav. Firstly, there is very little trust on Pakistan. The way it has been distrustful right from 22nd October 1947 and many times thereafter, very difficult to trust Pakistan. Therefore, this statement which has come from the chief of Pakistan Army saying that bury the past and move forward, that actually means that they'll have to actually do a strategic reversal on many issues. And prominently, if I say, they'll have to do a total reversal as far as the Kashmir card is concerned. Absolute reversal from the terrorism infrastructure organization and what they've been doing. And, it is not far from today, from this moment, that one will come to know whether it's a bogey, whether it's a change or a shift, or it's a pause. Because what matters is the action. In fact, they have to show, or I will say verifiable and absolutely irreversible process to ensure that they dismantle the structure of terrorism that they've got. And secondly, they got to drop the Kashmir card. And let's be sure about one thing. There is no compromise on sovereignty issues when the topic is POK, Gilgit-Baltistan, and China and Pakistan making China-Pakistan economic corridor through our sovereign and territory. So I think these are some of the issues that these issues cannot be ignored. And I absolutely...
So let's take this step by step. When General Qamar Javed Bajwa says non-interference in each other's internal affairs. So Arzu Kazmi, does that mean that Pakistan will no longer send terrorists into Jammu and Kashmir? Does that mean that Pakistan will take action, verifiable action against Hafiz Saeed for 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, produce that evidence in a court of law? Because this is verifiable evidence, and ensure prosecution takes place. Or Masood Azhar for Pathankot. Will Pakistan do that?
Of course, Pakistan will take action on that non-state actors. And one thing more, I don't think that India or Pakistan will trust each other. Whatever happens, no matter if you go for a dialogue or whatever the situation is, but still, I don't feel that Pakistan will trust India or India will trust Pakistan. But yes, if Pakistan says they want peace, they want dialogue, then of course they have to do some action against all these people who you named, Hafiz Saeed or whatever. But I'm hopeful that Pakistan definitely this time our establishment and our leadership is serious to do something positive.
Is this happening, Arzu, before I bring in Ambassador Vishnu Prakash once again, is this happening, Arzu, because Imran Khan day in and day out is being called Aata Chor and Chini Chor? Is it because Pakistan has had to import wheat? Is it because inflation is unbearably high in Pakistan? Is it because you don't have electricity and you're hoping that you could get perhaps electricity, atta and so many other things from India? Is this why Pakistan temporarily wants peace? Because so far we see no tangible action against India-centric terror. No real action against India-centric terror.
No, I don't think so that these are the reasons that Pakistan want peace, because even the previous government was not so much, very much active on all these sectors, because these situation, Atta and Chini, all these problems are already in Pakistan since last 20 years. So you cannot say that just
now
we
want
all these
now
things,
it's much
so
more.
We want peace.
Imagine Pakistan is importing wheat right now. When did Pakistan last import wheat? Let me bring in Ambassador Vishnu Prakash on this point. Ambassador Vishnu Prakash, I only want to understand that everybody wants peace. But nobody, and I'm sure nobody in our country, wants Pakistan to hit us once again and then realize that this is yet another false start, because we end up losing lives. We end up losing many lives. Is Pakistan suing for peace at this point of time? If it is, because this could well be another bogey because of all the internal troubles and Afghanistan, and of course China bearing down Pakistan's neck and another IMF loan. They are so hemmed in, they're thinking, let's sort out one border, even if it's temporarily.
Okay, Gaurav, let us pose a couple of questions. Are we weaker than before? No, we are stronger than before. Are we naive? No, we are not naive. Do we trust Pakistan or does Pakistan trust us? No. Can there be a repeat of, can this be a false start? Yes. But my simple point is, let us give peace a chance. I would rather give peace a chance 50 times than dismiss out of hand. You know, and Pakistan certainly has problems.
No, but why not let Pakistan take action against terror first? Instead of Pakistan saying, let India create a conducive environment in Kashmir, why not Pakistan create a conducive environment?
Let them say that.
You know, for talks.
Let them say that. You know, everything is contingent upon peace. They also know that. We also know that. If we see the peace holding, then we take a step, and baby steps will have to be taken, Gaurav. Neither side will have to have the ability to overnight change the narrative. Baby steps. And that is the way to move forward. Dramatic steps will fail.
So, you know, I'm skeptical because I have reported, and you have been there in the Ministry of External Affairs, when baby steps for peace were being taken. And Pakistan, you know, when baby steps for peace were being taken, when Musharraf promised that Pakistani territory will not be used for terror attacks in India, and then we had a terror attack in 2006, we lost 200 people. Then again we were moving towards the mountain of peace. When there was 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, we lost 166 people. Again we were taking baby steps and making Siachen that mountain of peace. More terror attacks were taking place at German Bakery, Pune. The terror attacks were taking place elsewhere. They've attacked our parliament. They've attacked J&K Assembly. Absolutely. They haven't dismantled the terror infrastructure. General Gurmeet Singh, that is why. Why shouldn't Pakistan take the first step? Of course, Ambassador.
Just one rule, one sentence.
Yes, sir.
You know, I am completely with you. My blood boils as much as your blood boils. My only contention is that between two incidents, God forbid, if there is a patch of peace, let us embrace that. We know we have an adversary. But if we can lower the tensions even for 10 days, I think we have done something.
Sir, that I'm with you on that. My only, having covered all these incidents on ground zero, General Gurmeet Singh, 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks led to 166 people being massacred over 3 days, and Pakistan still refuses to take action against Hafiz Mohammad Saeed. Pathankot, Pulwama, Gurdaspur, Nagrota. I have covered all these terror attacks on ground zero when they were attacking army houses, army families, and yet no punitive strikes except surgical strike and Balakot. So should that be the template, that in case Pakistan does something, then there are preemptive strikes in store for Pakistan? And that brings me to that other point, General Gurmeet Singh. Pakistan wants peace with India because it wants strategic depth in Afghanistan.
Gaurav, I absolutely agree with you. But to be very candid, if Pakistan wants peace, then it has got to deliver on certain things. It has got to drop Kashmir card. It has got to dismantle terrorism infrastructure that is created since 1989. And I would say that I think it's a good to talk about good relation, dialogue, peace, resolution. Those things are good. But it cannot be in case a terrorism act comes from them. Because now the environment in India is totally different. In case there is a ceasefire violation, it will be absolutely retaliated with punitive and precision. There is no doubt. In case there is a terrorist action in India from Pakistan, then it will be Balakot plus. That should be sure. So therefore, I think Pakistan has got to think twice, because probably I'm saying that they may be thinking about the strategic reversal from what they have toward the line of hate India, anti-India, Kashmir card, terrorism, and it has actually brought them into such a compulsion that they have to carry out introspection and get back to the fundamentals of where they've gone wrong. I think in that arena, it is good to assist them to carry out a strategic reversal, but it has to be verifiable. In fact, it has got to be done on the ground. It has got to be something which is irreversible.
Verifiable.
It cannot be a pause or just trying to attempt to be clever.
Because Arzu Kazmi, Article 370, Jammu and Kashmir are now, Jammu Kashmir is a union territory, Ladakh is a union territory. Is that a fact that Pakistan has accepted, realized, and then it wants to move forward, or for Pakistan, conducive environment means that India, reverses what happened in 2019 on the 5th of August?
I don't know, Gaurav, why, like a typical media person of India, you're trying to bring something negative out of it. Because Imran Khan said
Ground
it very
realities,
clearly.
Arzu Kazmi, my country has bled at the hands of your country's people. So pardon me these platitudes. Excuse me, I see ground realities. वो पाकिस्तान जो पप्पी झप्पी करता है और उसके बाद पीठ में छुरा भोगता है ना, we don't want that. We are very clear.
No.
We want
No,
facts,
let
hard realities,
Imran
ground
Khan said it
realities.
very clear.
पाकिस्तान हाँ कि आर्टिकल 370 का एब्रोगेशन उसको मंजूर है.
Prime Minister Imran Khan said it very clearly that our nation will stand with Kashmiris, and he will talk about Kashmir on everywhere wherever he goes. So we are not saying कि हम कश्मीर की बात नहीं करेंगे. When did he said that? So please don't try to make your own stories over here about Kashmir at least, because Kashmir is a
मतलब
main issue is Kashmir, and we have to solve it by dialogue. This is what I'm saying.
Dialogue plus terrorists that you'll keep sending every couple of years.
No.
But
We never said.
No. I'm sorry, we haven't seen any action against India-centric terror in all this time. Ambassador Vishnu Prakash, you just mentioned, but not for 2611. But not for 2611. For some sham case that nobody knows what's the evidence. Unless he's arrested for 2611, unless he's prosecuted for 2611, unless he's hanged for 2611, I am sorry, it is only a sham. Omar Sheikh was released from your prison by your Supreme Court. So who runs your courts is anybody's guess. But Ambassador Vishnu Prakash, that's the point about Pakistan. One day of peace and we cherish it. It saves lives. And then 200 lives lost. That's the tragedy about Pakistan.
Yes, that is the tragedy, Gaurav. And, I'm not at all, I served in Pakistan. I was in Pakistan when 9/11 happened, when the attack on the Indian parliament happened. I am not naive. I am not wide-eyed. I'm a realist like you are, and a nationalist. All that I'm saying is that either we just dismiss out of hand and say, you guys are incorrigible, we don't want to talk to you, end of the matter. If that is the prescription, let us do that. Or we are not letting our guard down. We are getting stronger by the day. Pakistan cannot tell us what is our Kashmir narrative. So let us not go by the rhetoric. Let us see what happens on ground and take baby steps. That is my take, my friend, right or wrong. But
I will let that be the last word on the show this evening. But as always, General Gurmeet Singh, Ambassador Vishnu Prakash and Arzu Kazmi, many thanks for joining me on India First. We will continue to track this story very closely. But that is all I have time for on India First this evening. Many thanks for watching. A short break. I'll be back with the headlines and our top stories on the other side of a short break. Stay with us.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.